How many people were there? 15?
Okay,
Did they ask you?
so we're going to start. Welcome, everyone. We hope to have more in a little bit. We're having a panel if you want to join us. All right. So, welcome, students. Thank you for being here. As you know, we're celebrating the International Education Week. And today we have a group of students who are going to talk about themselves, about their experiences in the United States as international students. So we're going to let them introduce themselves. Please, ladies first.
Thank you. My name is Raihana Rashid. I'm from Afghanistan, and I'm 19 years old. And I am just learning English and studying English. It's my for first and last semester for learning English, and then I will start major.
Thank you, Raihana. We would like to know first, of course, your name. Thank you. Your major and where are you coming from?
Well, my major. Well, I'm undecided. I'm just thinking, and I am.
Where are you coming from?
Well, from Afghanistan. I'm from Afghanistan.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So my name is Hazza. I'm from the United Arab Emirates, and I'm majoring in software engineering.
Thank you.
My name is Markus. I'm coming from Germany. I'm here in America now for 2 months, I would say. Yeah, nearly 2 months. So just arrived 1 week before the semester starts. I'm 23 years old, and my major is usually carpentry. But now here at Marine Valley, I'm taking auto mechanic and welding classes.
My name is Abdul Rashid. I'm majoring in business administration. So I am from Afghanistan, but I was coming from Sudan, so I got my visa from there.
Thank you, Abdul. All right, so I'm going to start with the questions. Can you please tell us what made you want to come to the U.S. and to study at Moraine Valley? Abdul, can you start first?
Sure. It's a beautiful story. It has everything was a coincidence. When Taliban took over Afghanistan, actually, we were in danger and we went to Sudan because of our safety. So we were in security there. Then I started my university in Sudan, but unfortunately, the protest was happening every time, and they were locking up the universities. So I didn't see my future there in universities. So I decided to go somewhere like Germany. I applied in Germany, actually, yeah, one of the university, and I got accepted. So in BSBI, that's the one university that they taught in English. But other than that, they taught in Germany like language.
Mm-hmm.
So then my father, he has a master's degree from Britain, and he told me that why don't you try some universities in London? And I said, okay, I'm gonna try to find some universities there, and I'm gonna apply that. And I applied for 2 universities, which is Huddersfield University and Leeds universities. These are the best universities in London, and I got accepted. So then my father had a meeting in New York, and then he came to see my uncle. He's living there. So with my uncle, he came here at this college, and he saw Cecilia. And he talked to her, and he showed her all ways, and I just talked, my father called me to apply for this college. And I applied it immediately, and I got accepted. Just send it to me, the acceptance letter. So after that, I just followed the procedure, the email that she sent it to me, and I got my visa. I had no hope. I was so sure that I'm not gonna get the visa, because the situation in Afghanistan was so obvious that you have to tell the guy that you interview you you have to like convince them that you're not gonna stay in the United States, and it's like so obvious that you're not gonna go back to your country because there's no opportunities under the Taliban's government. So, uh, but I don't know, like that was like in the 90 minutes, I got my visa, and he said that okay, so congratulations, you got your visa, and I was like, what? I was so surprised. And yeah, after a week, I got my visa passport and just came here.
Great, thank you.
So yeah, my story is not so interesting and big. Why America? I'm always my whole life in Germany and Europe. America is such a big influence. Everybody's talking about. You're always seeing it in the movies and hearing it in the news. So it's a very big thing, and I like to travel and explore new things. And of course, I know since I was a child, I want to go one time to America. And then I saw this opportunity exchange program from the German government together with the American government, and I thought, yeah, okay, that's my chance. That's perfect. That's better than vacation in America and the US. It's living in the US for 1 year, and so I applied for this program, and I didn't expect it, but they take me because it's only a few students, German students, and now I'm here in America. Why Marine Valley? I didn't really choose Marine Valley. It was a part of the program. They choose the place where you will be, where you will stay. So it could be all over in the United States. But I'm here now in Chicago area, and I'm really happy about it. And I'm really happy with Marine Valley because it's such a nice college. So of course it's the first and the only college I ever visited. But it's really great. It's really big. The people are really friendly. So I'm very happy about this decision.
So why I chose the US was because I could like have more opportunities here. Like because at first, like back home in the UAE, we will be like more dependent on our family studying in the UAE. But after I came in the US, I will be like more independent and taking care of myself and all the procedures or all things that I need to do by myself. Uh, Actually, I didn't choose Moen. I was like it was chosen by the scholarship that I was sent off by, and it was like a very nice college. After like seeing it and seeing the facilities, what does it have, and the opportunities and like the careers and the classes that they have was like a very wonderful experience and wonderful thing.
Well, my story is different from everyone because after Taliban took over the country, we went to Sudan, and there I spent 1 year without studying. But I had a psychology course. I was just learning, like studying psychology. But then we were trying to go to a country where we can stay and study. And so we applied for a Turkey visa, and they rejected us. And then 5 times we went to the office for biometric and stuff. And then my father, when he came to Chicago and talked to Cecilia, and then came back to Sudan, he forced us to apply because I gave up on all of the education and stuff because I was like, nothing will happen. And so I applied. I got the acceptance on 12 a.m. We were, because it was the first acceptance. Not first, but I was excited for because I never thought about US, being in US and studying. And beside that, we applied for UK, and I got acceptance from 5 universities, which I was not interested in, and I just left everything for my father. And so I got the Turkey visa, and it was like 1 day left of my visa, when my sister got the visa, and we went to Turkey, and there we were for 7 months. And we had an appointment in embassy for US visa, and they rejected us without any explanation. And then my father said that come back to Sudan, and we had an appointment there, but the war started. Before 3 days, of war. We had an appointment, and then we couldn't go to Sudan, and my family was evacuated to Uganda, and then with a lot of difficulties with vaccination and stuff, we went to Uganda, and then there I had an appointment and got the visa. And when they said that you're approved, I was like, what? I said, just repeat what you said, because it was not. We had a lot of hardship and stuff. Yeah.
Raihana, I know you had a lot of challenges to come to the US and had to apply for the visa many times. Please, and for everybody, tell us more about your journey. How was preparing to the US was for you? Challenges, if you had any, or if everything went okay when you were interviewing for the visa. How was your journey preparing to come to the US?
Well, before that, we were in Turkey alone, two sisters, in one unsafe house, apartment. We had no peace because the houses are there, so I don't like that. It was not good, not safe. And so in Turkey, we had a lot of challenges because all of the responsibility was on us, and we were girls that everything was on my father, mother, and brother, and I had no idea what to do. We had to deal with rental stuff, tuition, university. We were learning Turkish there, and so when we wanted to go to Uganda, the Turkish people were like, they treated us so bad, and it was like, I'll never come back. And I prayed a lot to get the visa and come to US because I felt so so good for US. And so when I got the visa, I was so happy because my brother is here and all of the responsibility on him. And so, yeah.
Thank you.
So my journey to get the visa was a bit more easier than because like the embassy was like an hour away from my home, and after taking the appointment, the questions were like more smoothly and more easier. Like, where you going to study? How long are you planning to stay? Are you planning to stay after studying or coming back? And these sort of questions. It was a bit nervous about it because like hearing about like some people getting rejected, you get a bit nervous, but at the end it was like more easy and smoother.
Were you surprised when you get the visa and they approved it?
To be honest, no, because the second time I got the accepted visa because I have the tourist visa at first, and now I have the student visa. So actually, I have two visas.
Marcus?
Very confident, very good. So yeah, for me also, of course, the visa was a big and hard process. It's not easy, but yeah, at the end, everything working very well. But yeah, it takes a while and a lot of work. But also, yeah, one of the hardest things I would say, of course, is the language also. So in Germany, you learning English at the school. That's very helpful, of course, because I always saying, yeah, English is the world language. It's so important, and it's getting even more important. Yeah, with all the social media and whatever. And yeah, it's of course it's hard. You're arriving here and everybody is speaking only English, so there's nobody who's speaking German, and you can ask for translating or whatever, and you will not always have your phone with you to translate online or something. But yeah, it's yeah, I make the experience. I was a little bit afraid when I arrived here, especially because of the language. I think that was the worst thing I was the most afraid of. But yeah, the people here are so friendly, and everybody, yeah. Is yeah, if you don't speak perfect English, it's fine, and everybody is yeah, okay, I can help you, and they try to understand you and help you, and yeah, that makes it very good. Yeah, I'm always saying the American people are very friendly, very helpful, and that's yeah, that helps me a lot.
Abdul?
Right. So my journey, as I said, that when I got the visa, I was so surprised, and like it was like 100% like like so different to me, like coming to or separating from your family, your own. My mother, I didn't grow up with my father. Actually, he was like sacrificing his quality time that is spending with family, that he spent it with traveling and doing dangerous jobs. So I grew up with my mother. He was my father and my mother at the same time. So I didn't imagine myself without my mother. So that was like a very scary thing for me, to separating from my mother and far away, being far away. So when I got the visa, and after a week, 2 weeks, so I came here, and I couldn't speak English at all. My English speaking was zero. And thankfully, I came here like a month ago before the orientation, and I had my cousin. He is 7, and he is like talking only English. And I was like talking to him. If you could talk to him like English language, you're good. You're good. You're his friend. But if you want to talk his own language, which is Pashto, he doesn't like Pashto. He's racist. He's Afghan, but he's racist. He doesn't like Pashto. So I was talking to him like for a month, and he just, he's so good at it. And because of him, I just improved my English speaking. So when I entered here, I was so comfortable with English speaking. And that was like, I was scaring actually. I was scared very much. So how can I start like the journey? Like it's so different than Afghanistan, than other countries. So, but life.
Now, speaking of that, um, please tell us how was, once you got here, all the emotion of being here kind of faded. Did you experience any culture shock? Was it challenging for you to adjust? Abdul, please start.
Uh, Culture shocks. Of course, everybody face that culture shocks, especially when you are alone. So I face a lot of difficulties, especially even if you don't have any car here, it means you're disabled. So you have no hands or feet, all right? But I did have a problem with, I was inactive in immigration. I don't know what. It's not my fault. It's the government. That was a government issue. So I was waited like 4 months, and I was like using the bus, and it was my first winter after 2 years being in Sudan. Then with that weather, so that was like really hard. Like Chicago weather is so bad.
Why are you looking at me?
You feel me? So, and like I remember one day that that was like, I don't know, March. It was March. That was so cold, and I was like waiting for the bus. I was like, I don't know, like when I was like going to home with the buses, I was like living in the north side, and it took me like 4 hours, 4 hours every day to take the bath and go back to. And I remember one day, and the first day that I was like using the Uber, and I was like standing on the bus stop station, and my feet was getting colder and colder. It was so cold. It was so cold. I won't remember that day. I won't. So I covered my face, and I just sit. I just stand tight, and I don't know, like the freezing was like going through my bones. That was so hard. And I was like waiting for the bus, and the problem in the winter for the buses is they just get canceled. I don't know why, but they just get canceled. And experiencing of that moment was so difficult to me. And even and what a coincidence happened. My uncle, he's working in Zakat Foundation, right? And he was like coming from his home to his work. He saw me, and I was like, if he didn't come to me, I was like, I could have died. I could have died. Believe me, I could have died. I mean, that was so hard. And he saw me, and he didn't recognize my face because my all face was covered up. And he said, "Okay, I don't know who is that, but I'm gonna like take him to the college or whatever he is like wherever he is he's going." When he came to me and he saw me, just, that was so difficult. That was so difficult, and yeah, like
Yeah.
the problems like that is these problems are like facing everybody. So I mean, it's better to you know, be ready for everything. Be ready for everything.
Yeah.
So never nobody knows like what's happening in your life in your future, but you have to be ready. So yeah.
Thank you. Marcus?
So yeah, I would not say that I really had a culture shock when I arrived here. But of course, there are so many small things that you are thinking about. Okay, that's weird. Why are you doing this? Or that's very different than I'm used to it. I'm living at a host family here in America, and of course, he's living his whole life in America. And yeah, so one thing I'm really yeah, what makes me wondering every time when we going shopping or everywhere, and he's trying always to park right in front of the door because he don't walk as I don't know he don't want to walk a few yards or whatever. And when we go into this one shopping center and then after that to another one, and this are right next to each other. It's only a few yards. He's always going to the car and driving to the next one, and it's always driving, never walking or something. It's I think that's one real American thing, absolutely. And also, yeah, of course, in Germany we talking a lot about environment and something, and here in America you're going to a demolition derby where cars driving into each other, a lot of yeah, fuel and of course yeah, damage and whatever. It's just to destroy cars. It's funny to watch, absolutely, but I feel a little bit bad for the environment. And of course, also I'm not used to it because always when we eat together, we taking plastic plates and something, and also yeah, forks and whatever. That's yeah. I never had something like that before in Germany. You don't have this, of course, because yeah, it's you throw it away. It's only for one time. That's very different. But yeah, I'm getting used to it.
So for me, I didn't have a huge culture shock because I just been here like for 3 months. But I have a few experience that like shocked me. Like the first was like the food was not like more spiced like back home. Other than that, the separation of my family, because like I was so close with my family, and we used like every Saturday to gather all my uncles and my aunts in my grandmother house, and like we all hang out together. So I'm missing these things. So these are most shocks that I having right now, and we'll see if there's like more shocks in the future.
Well, for me, I didn't have had a culture shock because I was in Sudan, Uganda, and then Turkey. And I have, when you have a phone and you're watching TikTok and Instagram, or even news, you know what's going on Earth. You understand. And so I was okay. I had no culture shock and stuff.
Thank you. All right. Now, what has been your favorite thing about living in the US so far, Raihana?
Well, the educational system, that the first thing that was I had a good feeling for is was hosting family, hosting house, which was easy for like international student to get a home and start the life and without any difficulty. And the other favorite thing was that everything is on law. There people follow law, and you'll never face any trouble. And so that was my favorite.
Thank you. Hazza?
So for myself, the favorite thing that I saw till now was the weather. Especially, I loved it when it was like snowing because my first time experiencing snow. So it was like a very wonderful experience till now.
Yeah, I would not say that the weather here is very good. I don't know, but okay, everybody's different. Yeah, in Germany we have also a lot of snow, but I don't really like the cold weather. Yeah, one of my best things. So I'm surprised, or what, not surprised, but I really like the city. So Chicago is such a beautiful city. I try to went as often as I can to the city because it's so beautiful. All the skyscrapers and the very very huge lake. And yeah, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful city. It's very clean. We got a Chicago River. It's always a great experience going to the city. And yeah, also of course the people here, I would say, are amazing. Everybody's so friendly. Everybody's yeah, like I said before, very helpful. And yeah, it's great to meet new people here because everybody's very open and you can talk about everything. And yeah, of course, also helpful. Yeah.
So the best thing ever here for me is you're not feeling yourself that you're in a foreign country, because the majority of the people here in America is all immigrants. These are all immigrants. So you don't see yourself. I felt that way in Sudan when I was there. I felt it so much, but here I am so easy. It's so comfortable to go in anywhere. Nobody is telling you something. Oh, oh my God, you're just from Afghanistan. You go back to your country, or whatever. It talks like this. I never faced that thing here. And also after my first semester, I was crossing the states, and I see like beautiful nature. I went from Chicago to New York in the car by car, and I saw everything. So that was like so beautiful, and I wanted to like try it again.
Yeah. Thank you, Abdul. All right. Now, how does your education system differ from home country versus the educational system here in the U.S.? What difference do you find in the educational system, home, U.S.?
Oh my God, it's so it's too much actually.
Well,
It's
mention
so
a few.
different. It is so different. I feel it. I feel it here in this college. I feel it. Believe me. And especially when Taliban took over Afghanistan, like I don't know, like 5,000. Our university's teacher, they were in top. They just evacuated. They went to other countries. They left country. And because of that, I went to Sudan. Because when teachers when there's no teachers, there's no qualities. So yeah, it's so different, especially right now.
Okay. Marcus?
So yeah, I only visit here the Marine Valley Community College, so I only can speak about this one here. That's the only one I saw before. But yeah, it's crazy. Everything is here so big, so very. It's very new. The whole building, it's very new. There are so many open places, like here in the library, where you just can come and sit down and do your stuff and do your things, or meet with friends. Also, we got this amazing view outside, the garden and everything, all the trees. It's a beautiful place to be. In Germany, the schools are, you going there for school and then you're going back. You don't hang around at the school or whatever, because the schools are usually very old and not as big as here, and you don't have this open spaces. Yeah, it's a different feeling, I would say. Also, I really enjoy my time here at the college, because everything is so nice and and open and friendly, I would say. Yeah. But yeah, one thing that is amazing in Germany is that education is free. So if you want to go to a university, or we don't have college, but yeah, university, it's for free. You don't have to pay. There's no tuition. That's of course is amazing. That's a really good thing in Germany. But yeah, it's a different feeling. I really enjoy the time here in America.
So for the UAE, the education you could say mostly are similar to here to the US, but like with few difference. Like the universities you do not stay a lot like in the libraries or study, or you could like have small talks with some people around if you do not know them or you have them with you in the class. But other than that, it's mostly the similar. And like my friend Marcus said, the education also in the UAE is free rather than here in the US, which you need to pay for it.
Um, well, Afghanistan and is like Afghanistan, they have a huge difference compared to US, because in Afghanistan you have to study for 12 years, and then we have a major exam to enter to university. You have to study 3 years subjects, which each year is 16 subjects, and you have to study all of them and then go and take the exam. And then if you got the number, then you can enter it or not. Just your draw, like you failed. And the other difference is that we have in a year of a school, we have 2 major exams, just 2 majors, not tests and stuff. It's a midterm exams and final exams. Um, they just teaching you, not testing you if you learn anything. They're not seeing if you learn. They're just going further. But here, you learn and you have extra activities. But there, you're just going to school and coming back to home, and then you have to take, if you're in a public school, you have to take a course for math, chemistry, physics, because you'll not learn anything in school. And in university, they're updated. The subjects are updated to like it's international, but now it's banned for women, and they're stuck at home.
Thank you. How about food? How do you like the food here in the United States? Do you have a favorite food, or do you miss your food so much? Talk to us about how do you feel about the food here?
I never try new foods and new stuff. I never tried any food in Uganda, Turkey, Sudan, but my country's home, because my mom's cook it, and you can find in the stuff for cooking in any countries, and it's easy. And what I miss is rice, which my mom's cook, and yeah.
So for me, I loved like bit of the fast food to be honest, but I'm missing more the food from back home because it has like more spices and more delicious taste and different taste with each bite you eat of it. And the most dish that I miss is called like a mishakik, which is like a stick with some pieces of meat on it and some of the fat of the like the cow or the goat that the meat is from. And there's also another dish that I'm missing is like rice and meat, but the meat is like buried under the ground for like 24 hours, and so it comes like more not so tense, like it's so much relieved.
I'm getting hungry.
Bad topic, yeah, absolutely, I agree. So yeah, I really like the American food. I would say, of course, a lot of fast food. It's, I would say, very unhealthy, but it's nice. Pizza, burgers, everything, fries. Everything is fried. I really love everything is fried. That's the best thing, absolutely. But yeah, sometimes you see really weird stuff. For example, I was at a festival and I saw fried Snickers and Oreos. So yeah, I think I don't want to try this. But yeah, yeah, there are a lot of good food, and especially I really like here at this place that you can got so many different things. So especially in Chicago, we have a lot of Mexican food, which I'm not really used to it. In Germany, we don't have very much Mexican food, and when we have it, it's really bad, I would say. So that's what everybody's saying about it. But here, it's yeah, so much and so good. But I can't eat spicy. That's my big problem, especially with the Mexican food. It's always a little bit dangerous. But yeah, I really like to try new things, and I try everything. Absolutely, that's my big goal. What I would say right now, my favorite is perhaps buffalo wings. I was there last week and got a really good experience. Very good taste. A little bit expensive, but I think that's here always, especially if you're going closer to the city, it's getting more expensive. But yeah, the quality is really good.
All right. One of my dream was, going to a hunter, a hunter house, and the other one is eating McDonald's. When I got here, I just experienced that. So, but if we wanna like make some, Afghani food, we can make it because there are some Afghan stores that we can find anything that we want. So we don't have any problem with that. So we can make that. But the only food that I miss is my mother.
Yeah, mom's cookie.
Mom's cook is something else. So yeah, I really
I
miss that.
know. Food is one of the hardest things to get used to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
All right, almost done. So, can you tell us what kind of advice would you give a prospective student, someone from home or who is planning to come here to the US to study? What advice would you give that person?
All right. So my advice is if they are able to go to not just America, abroad, right? Germany, like London, like for the education purposes, do it if they are able to, because most of them they're not able to because the security situation and also the financial situations. If they do able, they don't have to miss this opportunity, because I feel it right now. I feel it. The quality of education here, it's so different. It is so different, and especially when you see other countries traveling is a half of the education or knowledge, right? So when you travel to a country, you realize some new cultures, people. You're learning culture, you're learning everything. So that's a
Yeah.
that's a big opportunity to the people that they are able to go to, you know, um, even traveling or education purposes. My advice is to don't miss the chance. Do not.
Yeah, I would say also, yeah, the most important thing is enjoy your time here. There are so many things you can enjoy. For example, I'm a big sports fan, and since I'm staying here, I visited already 3 baseball games, and last week my first NFL game, so American football. And yeah, it's great. There are so many possibilities here, so many things you can do. I know there are also a lot of high school games and college football and whatever. Yeah, every day should be the best day of your life. That's always what my host family is saying to me. And yeah, so don't be shy. Try something new. Explore something. Meet new friends. Meet new people. And talk to everybody, because yeah, that's the best way to make friends and to get known new people.
So the advice that I would give is don't be shy and try new things, because you don't know what the next thing that you love will be. Maybe something you thought it's bad and you will not love it, but when you tried it, you actually like adore it and love it.
And the advice from me is be active, don't miss a chance, and don't miss any opportunity that you have. Um, Act if you're not confident, just act it. Act to be confident, and you will slowly feel it. And the thing that I noticed in US is that even especially in college, the atmosphere is so friendly. If you're nervous, in 2 minutes the nervous is gone. You'll never feel it again. You'll be comfortable. Just act to be confident. Um, Use the opportunities. Be active and go to the clubs, to the volunteering things. And yeah, thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Getting to know other cultures, other people, ways of thinking is priceless. As priceless as it is to have our international students here on campus. So thank you very much. And before we end, is there a question that any of you want to ask our student group? Yes, please, Mike. Oh, they have a mic.
So this might be a little bit personal, but I was just wondering how you guys are doing making friends. Do you feel like you're isolated a little bit, or it sounds like you're assimilating really well and meeting people from the host culture?
I'm the person that will never be the first one to get a step for friendship or any other relationship. So if I don't have a friend, so that's on me, because they don't come to me and I don't come to go to them. So and it's hard to make friends when you are adult. You can trust them easily, and especially when you are in a foreign country, it's really hard to make friends. And take your time. You can make it. You can find the best friend you'll ever have.
For me, you could say it's a bit hard, but what is making it easy, like joining the club of international education students, which helped me like to find new great friends that I could call like my friends. And like sometimes in the class, I interacted with some of the students like for an answer or how to solve a problem. And from that, like we could like start being like the first step of being friends.
So yeah, I absolutely agree. So joining a club, I think that's one of the best ways to make friends. And for me, for example, also a very big and important thing was when we started college, or 1 week before we started the college, we got a international week. So only the international students all together, and we talked about the topics and probably problems we would solve. And that's a great time. 1 week with all people from different countries who are all in the same way of life. That's the best way to make new friends, I would say. Absolutely. So that's very important, and I'm very happy that we got this week with all the international students. And I also think that it's great. So that's one thing I can say about my classes. In my classes, we are always only a few people, and that's amazing, because when we are only 8 people in the class, you're getting much more better the other people's known when you instead of a class with 30 people, because everybody is shy if the class is bigger and nobody talks to each other. But if the class is very small, you know everybody in your class, and that's also a good way to make friends, of course. And yeah, like I said before, don't be shy, and talk to people, also to strangers if you have questions. Something sometimes out of a question, there can be the best friendship.
Right. How to find friends here? So this is the question. All right. So it depends on your character actually. So whoever you are, you will magnetizing the people that exactly like you. Like if you are energetic, if you are enthusiastic, if you are productive, right? If you are, you know, not shy, right? With the confidence, you will find the exact people around you. You are just magnetizing them, right? If you are so active with a lot of energy, like people like you will come to you and introduce themselves. Yeah, I'm sure. I experienced it. I feel it. You know that whatever you are, whoever you are magnetizing that thing to yourself. So try to be more open-minded. That's so crucial because we are from different countries, from different regions, from different ideas, beliefs, cultures. These are all important. You have to be open-minded.
Yes.
You have to accept that. You have to know how to communicate. Communication is so important.
Yep.
Everything, not just in finding friends. My major is business. If I'm not a good communicator, I'm not gonna like get sales. I'm not gonna do sales. I can't. So it's all about communication. Learn how to communicate to people. How to there are books for communicating. There are books like knowing people, knowing their nature, knowing their beliefs, knowing their the inner sounds of them. So yeah, these are I don't know. I hope I answer your question.
Any other question?
Thank you. Any other question, please?
Okay, I have a question for you guys, more for you three. How safe do you feel here in the U.S.?
Safer than Turkey?
I'll take that.
To be honest, I feel more safe at like a school and like the home state that I'm living in, more safer than if I went like to the downtown or other places, and especially if it was like more near the night time where the sun isn't on up. Because like even I had like one incident that was like a bit shocking, to be honest, like in the downtown, and it wasn't night, like it was morning, and I was like walking towards like an outlet or a mall it was, and I suddenly saw like a guy running down with a suitcase and like two guys running behind him with a gun. So it was like very bit scary experience, but it happened once, and that's
So, so I would say I feel very safe here. Absolutely. I'm always very surprised about my host family because we never lock the door. It's the whole day. It's always open, even at night. Even if we leave the house, it's always open. I didn't have a key. I think not even my host family have keys. It's just every time I open the door, the front door, and also the cars. He never lock his car, and sometimes when I lock the car, he's saying, Why are you locking the car? What are you afraid of? There can nothing happen." And I'm, I don't know. Okay, so in Germany we're living a little bit different way. Yeah, I think if you are really afraid, yeah, that makes the things not better. So. But yeah, I think that's a great way. And for my example, nothing happens to me, and I didn't hear from anybody around me that everything happens. Of course, Chicago has a really bad name. I would say everybody's talking about it. It's really dangerous here. But yeah, nothing happens to me, so I didn't have any worse experience. So I think it's very good, and we got a lot of police here also. That's a big thing where I feel also, of course, very much safer.
I have one just before you. What neighborhood do you live in?
It's Indian Head Park. It's next to Willow Springs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So actually, I always feel safe wherever I am. I mean, I feel safe because I'm not doing anything that is not good to me. Like going to some unsafe places, like downtown at night. Going to some places that you're not feeling safe. I'm not going there. I'm not doing that, right? But wherever I am, I feel safe because uh, whatever happens, we believe that in our religion. Whatever happens, it's all written. It's all written. That will just increase my feeling of safety. So yeah, and also I appreciate the law that if you are in someone's privacy, right, in privacy like property, you're not allowed to go there, and if they call the police, and if the police come and they ruin your background, right? So that's why they are scared of coming near to your private privacy. So yeah, and I appreciate that because of that we feel safe. Yeah.
Any questions?
Any other question?
No question. Question.
No?
Okay, I have one more. I don't mind.
All right,
Okay.
go ahead.
What is something that you expected about the U.S. but it isn't true?
Should I start?
Go on, go on.
I thought the people will be so racist and rude, but they were not. The woman I lived with, she was like friendly and no rude thingy and stuff, and I was so happy.
For me, to be honest, the food, I thought it will be worse, and
okay.
it was like a bit better, but not what like I used to. But it's eatable, you could say.
So for me, it's I would say the weapons because everybody talking about America, everybody's shooting and everybody got weapons and take them with them, and yeah, it's a that's what America is famous for, I would say. But especially here in Illinois, I didn't know that before I arrived here. Hello? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that here in Illinois, the gun laws are so strict, and you are not allowed to have your weapon with you or your pistol or whatever, and you have to have a license if you want to wear them. So yeah, also one thing that makes me perhaps feel more safe and comfortable here because you know that it's no, or it's different than in other states that everybody can have a weapon.
All right. America just did his marketing like so good to other countries, especially Afghanistan. They think that America is heaven, right? They think that America, but when they arrive, there is nothing, right? They say that it's land. Yeah, it is the land of opportunity, but you are like, filled up with the tickets. I got like how many tickets I got? Driving tickets. Yeah, the red violation. Oh my God, that was too much, and it's a little stressing. And everybody think that if I go to America, I will be happy, but it's not true. It's so different. You have to work a lot. You have to work hard. You have to like sacrifice your quality time that you're spending with your family, but you have to work instead. So yeah, yeah. I just when I got here, I saw, and I believe that that was like that was just a marketing. That was that wasn't a. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Any other question?
No, no. All right. Well, thank
All
you
right.
guys.
Well, thank you.
for-
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All
Thank you,
right.
guys. You did great. Thank you.